everybody, Ed and I are in South Carolina for the very first time, and we are herping with Trey from Cold Blooded Caffeine Co. And if you don't recognize Trey, go watch the coffee video we just came out with. So, this is your family property,
it's our
right?
family property, yep. It's a majority timber farming, as well as like old hardwood stands, and we do a lot of wild game preserve, like big game preserve on this property.
Awesome, so it's just a huge, essentially nature preserve.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff we could find out here.
Absolutely.
What's on the list of hopeful species that we could find while we're out?
Today we're gonna be going through like some hardwood bottoms, some swampland. So we're mostly looking for water moccasins, we're looking for copperheads, we're looking for racers and rat snakes, anything like that. And then of course we've got all kinds of amphibians, salamanders, frogs. You're gonna see a ton of frogs, right? You're gonna get tired of seeing frogs. There's gonna be so many.
Well, I mean, if we can find any snakes at all, that'd be awesome. And it sounds like you have a huge variety here.
We do, absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's like 95 degrees. It's hot out here.
I didn't think there was as much humidity as there was until we started walking to this point, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, we're already sweaty.
Yes.
So that's right, though. We're in the shaded area. We're going to be following a ravine.
It's like a creek, tributary.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we can find.
Let's go herping.
Okay, let's do it.
Should we flip this log?
Sure.
See what we can find. Oh, that is a tail. Look at you.
Aww.
We've got a salamander under here. Aw.
Wow, he's adorably small.
Cute.
Anything else?
There's a worm over there trying to get away. That's kind of cool.
That's a big enough worm that could eat that salamander.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I see anything else though. Under this part anyway. Okay, well this is a marbled salamander. And this little cutie is starting to develop his bands too. So the marbled salamanders are named after the fact that they kind of have a marbled appearance to their pattern. They're primarily this either very dark brown or a black color. And when they first transform into adults and move out from the water, they're covered in these like white or silvery speckles all over, like snowflakes all over their bodies. And as they mature, those little speckles turn to bands. So you can kind of see he's in the middle of transforming his pattern right now. You can see on this guy, he's got these little speckles on his head. And then as you move towards the back, they're starting to turn into bands, which is kind of cool. Once they have these bands, they become sexually dimorphic, with the color of the band indicating what gender they are. The males, males have more white colored bands and females have more silvery colored bands. So based on what he looks like right now, it could be a female. Yeah. Or the bands just aren't done developing and coloring up yet. So these are a pretty small species of salamander. They're pretty stout too. They have a really short stubby tail, which is adorable. They only get about 3 to 4 inches long, max size. So this guy actually has some growing still to do. He must be a newly-ish transformed little youngster. So yeah, he's a cutie. They're a type of mole salamander, meaning they like to dig underground like our native tiger salamanders do. So he was probably just hunkered down under this log, getting ready to dig. All right, should we put him back?
Sure.
Okay, little dude. I'm actually going to put the log back first. Very important when you're herping. And then I'm going to set him down afterwards.
Squiggle in.
Yeah, then we don't crush him at all or risk injuring him. There you go, buddy. Go on in.
Nice.
All right, marbled salamander.
Yeah, first salamander.
That was pretty cool. What was that? Oh, a water moccasin? Ooh, is it catchable? We have our first venomous snake on this trip. This is fantastic. This is a cottonmouth, otherwise known as a water moccasin. The scientific name for these is Agkistrodon piscivorus. So I always like to, the way I remember Agkistrodon is Agkistrodon, and I liked it. And
you are such a nerd.
That's how I remember their genus. And although I thought I came up with that myself, Dave Kaufman also uses that phrase. So apparently he
stole it from you.
Maybe he stole it from me. We'll say that. Yes, we didn't just come up with the same thing. So anyway, Agkistrodon piscivorus, and the word piscivorus literally means eating fish. So their scientific name implies what they eat and where they live. And I mean, their common name, water moccasin, also kind of gives it away. We found this guy pretty close to the water, which is where they typically are found.
I mean, the water is right there.
Yeah,
So,
right there.
Yeah.
And they're, oh, I caught a dragonfly too. Look
Nice. You got...
2 for 1. Oh,
Aw.
never mind. And their other common name, the Cottonmouth, is obviously because when they are threatened, their, well, threat display is opening their mouth at you to show that bright white mouth, which indicates, watch out, I'm venomous, leave me alone. Now these are often mistaken, or they're often confused with water snakes. People think these are water snakes, people think water snakes are, more often, water moccasins. But there's a few very key differences between the two, other than the fact that one's venomous and one is completely harmless. Some of the physical differences is the water moccasin or cottonmouth has a more triangular shaped head, and the water snakes have more of a rounder head. However, water snakes, when threatened, can kind of flatten out their head, making it look triangular in shape. That is them trying to imitate, there we go, imitate a cottonmouth. Look at that beautiful white mouth, you are gorgeous. Another difference is that water snakes are diurnal, so they have those round pupils, whereas cottonmouths are nocturnal primarily, even though you can find them during the day or night really, and they therefore have elliptical shaped pupils. And finally, with water snakes, they have vertical bands on their labial or lip scales, and the cottonmouths do not typically, or they're not as obvious. So, I mean, once you get to know each of them, it's pretty easy to tell the difference, but they are still to this day very commonly mixed up.
Water snakes are constantly killed thinking they're water moccasins.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. And even if you have a water moccasin, you don't want to kill that either. These are amazing snakes. They're a pretty stout-bodied snake, as you can see. This is kind of a thicker-bodied snake, and they grow to around 3 to maybe 4 feet long. So this one is a young adult, still has a bit of growing left to do. One thing I did not know about them though, and I just observed it while we were hooking it, is, let's see if I can get her to do it again.
I got a little bit of it earlier.
They wiggle their tail.
Yeah, they rattle their tail slightly.
Yeah, can you do that again for us here, please?
I think she's more like, I'm mad, I'm just gonna show you my mouth at this point.
Yeah. I think, yeah, she's at the point where she knows we're not going to hurt her, or we would have by now. So she's not going to rattle her tail anymore.
Her threat display is more intimidating than...
Oh, that's it. Yeah. So we'll just use some footage here of her rattling her tail, which is a neat defensive behavior I did not know they did. Okay. I also didn't know they had a pink and kind of white or yellowish tongue. That's really pretty.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That is gorgeous. And this girl in particular has something on her side, on the left-hand side of her neck. I don't know if that's a...
Oh yeah.
Could be a botfly larvae.
Some kind of parasite.
A parasite, yeah, it's likely some sort of parasite, but that's pretty common in these wild snakes.
I mean, we recently learned also that if snakes have a pimple or something, a cyst basically, it's really hard for them to express it, so they kind of just slowly let it grow out.
Yeah.
Unlike humans that can pop them.
Exactly. So it could be that too. Who knows? This is our first ever water snake. Ha! Yes, I just mixed it up there. This is our first ever water moccasin.
Yep. Well, I mean, I've seen them before, but I always stayed away from them because I was people, oh, they're gonna charge you, they're gonna run at you, they're gonna...
People think these chase you.
Yeah.
They don't chase people.
Yeah. She doesn't want anything to do with us. She's slowly trying to get away to someplace where she can hide.
Yep.
Which a lot of times is towards you, behind you someplace. So they look like they're coming at you.
Yeah, they're not actually chasing you down though. I mean, in general, I guess, if I had to, in a nutshell, explain the main difference between water snakes and water moccasins, I think water moccasins look intimidating and pretty smart, and water snakes look pretty dumb, not gonna lie.
It is true.
You see this beautiful double hooking technique, by the way?
Learned it from Save the Snake.
Yeah, learned it from our handling course over in California. We're putting it to good use. I think, nah, she's just fat. I'm used to snakes that are that thick by their cloaca being gravid.
Yeah, she just gotta poop.
Yeah, I think she just has to poop. You are beautiful. Should we let her go?
Sure.
All right, there you go. Thanks for letting us teach about you.
Yeah, and mess with you for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can be on your way. A dead musk turtle. Some sort of musk turtle. Oh, it's actually really well preserved. I'll give it that. Trey, do you want a turtle carcass? That's... Are you sure? That's kind of cool. You can see the plastron and the carapace there, still covered in scutes, but you can see that bony base starting to expose itself. And we've got a perfectly intact skull. And you can even see the spine attached to the inside of the carapace there.
Aww.
Yeah, kind of neat.
How cute he is.
Yeah, at least something had a good meal. It's like really well preserved.
Yeah, the bugs did a good job.
Yeah, there you go. Rest in peace. Oh, Ed found another cottonmouth.
Hi, how are you?
And he's baby talking it. Do you baby talk the snakes, Trey?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay, good. So it's not just us.
How cute they are.
It does. It really does.
Like this one's coiled up and in a circle and vibrating his tail.
Oh, yeah.
Aww. Oh, look at you. Oh my gosh. Oh, you are super cute. Hello.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any mouth open. There we go.
There's a strike.
Oh, look at that strike.
Now we're angry.
Yeah, now we're disappearing.
Goodbye. Well, we ran out of sunlight,
Yeah.
so
It's a lot lighter out here than it is in there.
in the brush, absolutely. So I think we're going to transition to road cruising now to see what we can find crossing the roads at night.
We're also just casually driving in the back of a truck,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Trey's giving us a like complete southern experience here.
Thank you.
This is fantastic. I've never ridden in the back of a truck before. This is great.
In a cornfield.
In a cornfield. We found a snake! Found a snake! Oh, you're little!
Oh my gosh, she's so
What
teeny.
are you? Oh, okay, I can pick you up. Hello!
Aw.
Oh,
We were
and
looking for cousins of these in Texas.
we were! I thought at first it was gonna be a water snake, but this is not a water snake. This is a crayfish snake, guys! And specifically, with those rows of dots, this is a glossy crayfish snake. You are cute! And you don't seem to care at all that I picked you up. Are you hurt? Are you okay? You look fine. Yeah, you look totally fine. Okay, so this is just an unusually friendly little wild snake here. Okay, so glossy crayfish snake. This guy.
Let's go over here in the light.
Okay.
So I can do both at the same, there we go.
right.
Now I don't need to have my flashlight on me.
Perfect. We'll just let him go over there.
Yeah.
So, glossy crayfish snake. This is a first for us. Now, these can be identified by their very glossy appearance, hence the name glossy crayfish snake. And they have yellow-colored labial scales, or lip scales. So you can see right here the beautiful yellow coloration right there. And they have yellow bellies. And the glossy crayfish snake has 2 rows of black dots running down. As their name implies, the crayfish snakes eat, well, crayfish. That's like all they eat in the wild. So as you can imagine, they live near bodies of water since that's where they're going to find their food. And they only grow to about 12 to 14 inches long. So this is a pretty small species of snake to begin with. And this is just a cute little guy. Can you imagine how small the crayfish
Oh my
must
gosh.
be for them
Yeah.
to swallow
At
them?
least at this age.
Yeah, you must have to find really tiny little crayfish if that's all you're eating.
And don't they don't actually use their coils to constrict them though.
No, they just eat them alive from what I understand. And
They
they
use
eat,
their coils to like subdue them.
yeah, to hold on to them so
Yep.
they can eat them backwards. You know how most
Tail first.
Yeah, most reptile or most snakes eat their prey head first. Well, not these guys. They're a little bit different. They eat their crayfish tail first, which is interesting. I mean, if you think about it, if they eat head first, then those big front claws would get in the way. But by eating tail first, the claws just kind of get pushed forward and they go down a lot more easy.
Yeah.
And then they don't poke against their throat as well.
So if you're eating a mouse, eat it forward. If you're eating a crayfish whole, eat it backwards.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
You are super cute, and you
Yeah,
seem
they
to be
are.
in really good shape. Got big derpy eyes.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
You got huge eyeballs, dude. And I love the black spots running down the belly. You are so pretty. I wonder if this is a male. That's a pretty thick base of the tail there.
Yeah, it is.
Before it starts tapering.
No idea. It might not be like other colubrids. It's
Yeah.
actually a nature scene. That's right.
Oh yeah. So these are cousins, or they're in the same family as garter snakes and water snakes, which is why they definitely look very water snakey in the
Yeah.
face.
Kind of like originally I thought it was a water snake when you drove by.
I thought it was a water snake too, but no, you are a crayfish snake.
Glossy crayfish snake.
This is another lifer for us.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, a lot of first-time reptiles for us today.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
And this one's a little bit more rare than
Yeah, these are apparently tough to find. Whether day or night, you can sometimes get lucky seeing them cross a road like we did, but they are, I guess, really tough to find, even for experienced herpers. So I'm pretty stoked.
I feel like we got a lucky one here
Yeah,
today.
yeah, or it's skills. We've
Yeah,
just got
it's all the
herping.
skills.
That's probably it.
All right, should we
Should
let
we-
him go?
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, I turned flash on so we can see him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah. Oh!
You're a garter snake.
Yoink! Get out of the road. Oh, another nature scene. You're beautiful. We've got a little garter snake here. We're gonna wait for this car to pass though.
Yep.
All right, we have an eastern garter snake. Look at that.
the checkered variety.
Yeah, so up north where we live, we have the eastern garter as well, but ours are black with like 3 longitudinal stripes all the way down, one down their back and one along either side.
Did he musk on you?
He definitely musked all over me.
Smells like he musked on you.
Yeah, between him and the crayfish snake, I smell terrible right now.
And the herping for the last.
And all the herping, yeah, for the day. Oh, I have, I reek. Yep, no skirting around that.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the checkered variety of the eastern garter snake, so it looks a lot different. It's almost like a granite morph.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
He's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love his pink red tongue.
Aw. Oh, wow. Yeah, he has a really cute little tongue. So, both snakes we've seen so far on the road are considered Naturicines, which means they're in the Naturicinae, Naturicinae family. And that includes the water snakes, garter snakes, crayfish snakes, and several others.
DeKay's browns, ringnecks.
Exactly, red bellies, and all those snakes are pretty well known for having a lot of babies. So they kind of go for quantity over quality.
They all give live birth too, right?
Not all of them. Ringnecks lay
Okay,
eggs.
that's
The
right.
crayfish lays eggs.
crayfish
No,
is
that's
live
live
birth,
bearing.
yep.
But yeah, the ringneck lays eggs.
Okay, so most of them are give live birth.
Most are, viviparous or live bearing. So this, including garter snakes like this little cutie.
Oh, he's adorable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a garter snake. You've all
Yeah.
seen them before. I only see one blemish on him. Here,
Oh, yeah.
maybe a previous
Maybe
wound.
a little bit, but...
Oh, another one maybe right here a little bit. He's got a little bit of a
I said
scar.
when we got back in the car from the crayfish snake, I said, let's make it a big snake so I can focus on it and we can use our flashlights and everything.
This
and
is
then we
bigger?
find a garter. It is bigger. It's not what I was meaning by big snake, though.
You're still beautiful. We're very
Yeah.
happy we found you.
Yeah. It's not a herping trip unless you find a garter snake.
That's right. This is the type of snake that will always make sure you don't get skunked.
Yep.
At least you'll find a garter snake. But it is just a garter snake, so should we let him
Everybody
go?
knows about garter
Everybody
snakes.
knows about garters.
Yep.
We feature him on the channel.
He was coming...
I think he was going that...
Was he going that
Oh,
way?
shoot. Now I don't remember. Let's
I
look.
think he was going that way.
Okay.
I think if I look at the road, he was going that way.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sweet.
So set him down and let him go.
Here you go, buddy. There you go. Continue your journey.
There also must be... Well, where'd he go?
That way.
Oh, there he is.
Goodbye.
He's in there somewhere. There he is. Yep, goodbye. We must have a pond near here.
There must be. This is a great road to herp on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's get back in the car and see if we can find anything else.
Find something bigger. Well, after an entire day of herping, we are exhausted. We did not find any more snakes after that garter snake, but
no
that's
more
okay.
bigger snakes after garter snake.
We found so many amazing species today. I think my favorite, crayfish snake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It would be between that. I think that's just because it was like not a lot of people have seen those.
Yeah.
But it was really cool, like hooking and playing with.
The water
I guess I shouldn't say
moccasin?
playing with. Hooking and professionally moving around the water moccasin.
Yeah, that was really cool too. We had a blast on this trip and it was so much fun getting to hang out with both Trey and McKendrick. So thank you guys for the coffee roastery tour and thank you Trey for bringing us out herping afterwards. This was
If you guys haven't checked out the coffee tour video, go check that out. That was really
watch
fun.
that. Absolutely. And I hope you enjoyed today's herping video. Speaking of herping, there's a frog calling behind me, and
A bunch of frogs.
A lot of them. I'll let you listen for a second. We don't know what species that is. We are not familiar with that call at all. So if anyone watching knows what that is, we're curious. We want to learn what that is. Please let us know in the comments below so that we can learn what that is. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you Patreon backers for making this trip possible so we can teach you about these amazing species that we've been finding. And we'll see you next time.
All right, I have to go take a shower.
I do too. Oh, I smell worse than that crayfish snake.
Oh no.